You have now learned the basic interpretation of credit scores. We will now move on to next segment to read the credit bureau report of a customer. Yes, Rakesh. The previous segment threw light on the credit score provided by a credit bureau. Now I'm keen to know more about how to use the report. We will move on to the next segment then. Section 3. How to read the bureau report, repayment data and status. Borrower information. This section of the report contains customer details like name, address, phone number, date of birth, and PAN card details. The information here is captured as reported by the financial institution to the bureau. For instance, address details are captured as reported to the bureau along with the date of reporting. See the sample details given here. Your account details. This section contains details such as the lender's name, account number, account type, like is it a credit card, personal loan, etc., ownership, single or joint or guarantor, date of account opening or closing, and the last date when these details were reported to the bureau. As lenders, we have to ensure that the details reflected in the account are factually correct and these details match with the information available on the current loan application. DPD, days past due for every loan or credit card availed. The DPD information indicates by how many days a payment on that account is late that month. The types of asset classification in the DPD section are Standard, STD. This is for all payments being made within 90 days. Special Mention Account, SMA. As the name suggests, special account have been created for reporting standard accounts moving towards substandard. Substandard, SUB, for payments being made after 90 days. Doubtful, DBT. This indicates that the account has remained substandard for 12 months. Loss, LSS, an account where loss has been identified and remains uncollectible. If you see a string marked as XXX on your DPD for a certain account, implies that information for these months has not been reported to the bureau by the banks. A number in the DPD column indicates that the payment is late by that many days. 050, for instance, means the payment is 50 days late. 000 means the payment is on time, so there is no deviation or late payment. Account status. Restructured loan. When a borrower finds it difficult to pay off a loan due to any emergency situation like job loss, health issues, etc., but the intent is not to default, the financial institution may increase the loan tenure or reduce the interest rate. These are classified as restructured loans. It is also possible that the government may restructure loans by reducing the interest rate due to certain natural calamities or extraordinary situations. Such loans are reported as restructured loan, government mandated. Written off, WO. The first objective of a bank in case of default is to recover the amount. When payments against the outstanding loan or credit card amount have not been made for more than 180 days, the lender writes off the amount and reports this to the credit bureau. Banks cannot retain NPAs in their books of accounts forever. Therefore, this type of loans are written off in the accounts. In short, this means they are not carried forward. The written off status is subdivided into written off total and written off principal. In the case of total, 100% of the amount is written off, including the principal and interest. In principal, the total principal amount written off is reported. Basically, the objective of reporting these two sections is to help find out the written off interest. For example, if total written off is 20 lakh rupees and principal written off is 8 lakh rupees, then written off on account of interest will be 12 lakh rupees. Settled. The objective of bank is always to recover the principal amount due and the cost. Therefore, depending on the situation, the bank may offer to settle the account. Settled means a partial payment in consent with the lender has been made against the total outstanding. Post WO settled. The bank has already written off the amount, and after that, defaulter has approached for settlement. Suit filed or willful default. Willful default means the defaulter has the financial ability to pay and clear the loan, but the default is intentional in nature. When the financial institution files a legal case against a borrower through the court of law, then the same is reported to the bureau as suit filed. The financial institution will report either of the following status in your credit report. A. Blank means no suit filed. B. Suit filed. C. Willful default. D. Suit filed, willful default. Authorized user. This status is reported in the credit score for add-on credit card holder. It shows that you are using a credit card but are not responsible for its payment. Account sold or purchased. Financial institutions sell NPA accounts to ARC, Asset Reconstruction Company, or collection agencies. These accounts are mentioned as account sold or account purchased as the case may be. Generally, defaulters will not be able to trace the mother account if the account exchanges hands multiple times. This is because the details of the mother account are not reported in the credit score. Having gone through the different ways of indicating account status, you have to note that there can be multiple combinations which can be reported based on action taken on a particular loan account. For example, an account might be written off post selling the same to ARC, and the status might be indicated as account sold and written off. I understand. Inquiry information. This provides details of your loan application. An inquiry means that a credit institution has requested your credit details from the credit bureau. Lenders may tread with caution if your report shows multiple inquiries in a short span of time, which indicates a behavior of seeking excessive credit. Let us do a quick recap of this segment on reading and interpretation of credit report of an individual. 1. The Credit Bureau report is largely divided into 5 segments, that is personal information, existing loan details, repayment track, the present status of the account, and inquiry made by the individual. 2. The section on customer profile gives information in terms of name, date of birth, place of stay, and PAN card details, etc. 3. The segment on loan details gives information in terms of lender's name, account number, account type, like is it a credit card, personal loan, etc., ownership, single or joint or guarantor, date of account opening or closing, and the last date when these details were reported to the Bureau. 4. The segment on repayment track gives information as to whether the account is standard, SMA, substandard, doubtful, and loss assets. 5. The segment on account status states whether the account is restructured, write-off, suit has been filed, or the account is settled or sold. 6. Finally, the segment on inquiry states all the inquiries made by the borrower in the recent past. So we get the complete information regarding the borrower, which is available in the bureau along with the loan status. I can now definitely understand the probability of a default of a customer from reading the bureau report. Yes, 100% information related to a customer is available with the Bureau even if she has taken single loan or made an inquiry with any financial institution regarding credit card or personal loan or consumer loan. Do you know, Anil, that we can still encounter data variations or discrepancies in the Credit Bureau report? Impossible. I do not see any chances of data variation in the Bureau data. They seem to have an excellent system to capture the consumer data. I will explain this to you in our next section. Let us now conclude this segment with a knowledge test.